Hello everybody, my name is Dr. Tengam and welcome to another episode of Doctor's Guide to Deck Building. So, today we'll be discussing on what to do if you can't find cards that you need for your deck. Well, there are different ways you can find them, or if you are not able to financially buy them, you can do another option which is called proxy. So, what are proxy? Proxy is using unofficial Pokemon cards to put them in your deck, which essentially serve the same purpose as the card you're trying to use. For example, you need quick balls, but they are expensive and you can't find them. What you can do is you can either 1. Bring them out, 2. Take energies and write the ability, 2. Take a piece of paper, 2. 3. Math, I failed. 3 is you can use a piece of paper, can draw it and write down its ability. Or 4, you can take any Pokemon card, flip it to the back, put it into your sleeve and just say, okay, this is my quick ball. So let me show you an example. So these are proxies, and as you can see, you can just either draw them, draw its ability, write it down. As you can see, this drizzle is, well, yeah, all the effects are there. You don't have to draw the Pokemon, you can just write out its ability, the name, weakness, all that. And you can see the stadium is just a plain drawing with whatever it does. So these are actually Bingo the Penguin's proxy cards. He has generously show us his penguin ways, because due to global warming, the amount of ice that's needed to buy the Pokemon cards have gone down. So the price of the Pokemon packs in ice in wherever he is from has skyrocketed due to global warming. So if you want to help Bingo the Penguin get more cards for his deck, save the earth so that Bingo can freeze more ice to buy more packs. Save the penguins, guys. So yeah, that is one example of how you can get a proxy. So you not necessarily have to just draw them, but drawing them, writing them is the cheapest way to get your card out there. You can also use Japanese cards as your thing, but you do have to be able to understand what it does, and you have to also let your opponent know what it does, because Japanese, not everyone can read them, not everyone has seen what it does. So if you're using a Japanese card, you do have to translate it for your opponent as well, so there is some understanding of his ability. But in official tournaments, usually you can't use Japanese cards, but I think some you can actually use proxy, but it's only 10% of your deck, meaning you can only use 6 proxy cards in your deck during matches, but some tournaments forbid the use of it at all. So if you're joining a tournament and you need to have the actual card, what you can do is not that. You can go to Facebook or Carousel to find your cards. So there is a big market. There's a big group on Facebook, the Pokemon TCG Marketplace, whatever it's called. You can go on there to check all the people that's selling their cards. You can do auctions. Auctions are you start bid. I don't really like auctions. It's too complicated. What you want to see is claim sales. So some people will post all their playables in one picture, then they'll set a price, just type, respond to them, claim, you get them, and all the random nonsense you will do on there also. So that is another way to find the cards that you need. Another one is Carousel. So Carousel also have a lot of different people that are selling cards. But the one problem with these, right, is usually you can't do meetup, because either they don't want to do meetup, or yeah. So there's mailing. So if you need them urgently, I will recommend you go to your local card shop or whoever store that sells them, cause these ones normally do mailing and mailing takes time, and sometimes the prices are also quite out there. So you want to make sure you get the best deal. So you have to go on looking everywhere to find the cheapest option you can find. Like, yeah, just keep negotiating until the lowest price you can, because some of these will be like super expensive or hard to find. For example, Evolution Incense. People are selling them for like what, $2.50, $3 plus, and maybe you can find one for $5 on Carousel and you don't know. So you can always ask other people what is a good price for this and that. You can reference a TCG player or TNT for your pricing, but they are also not so accurate because their pricing are for the US market. But you can also use that as a guide to in the Singapore market, because TCG player or no, TNT might say money is like what, 60 cents, but in Singapore it's like $2. Yeah, around there. It all comes down to the availability. Especially quick balls. Quick balls are hard to find, but with the introduction of Fusion Strike, the market has not decreased at all. I don't know what I'm putting out there. I mean, it's Fusion Stroke. You get a stroke just for opening packs. Well, unless you have me around, I can bless your pack. So these are your options. You can also DM me on Instagram, or you can go down to Twist Terminal to search my Jank pile. So I have a lot of different Janks that are with me. And actually, on Saturday, this Saturday, the 11th of December, I will be heading down to Twist Terminal to bring a lot of different playables. For example, Evolution Incense, Quick Boss, Mali, Boss's Orders, Spell Pad, 2 Scrapper. I will bring all of them on that day to sell. So if you guys are interested, you can come down to Twist Terminal on Saturday and just look for me, and I will sell them for you quite cheap. But I have some people that also already have their orders in. So while stocks last, everyone. By the way, Evolution Incense 80 cents. 80 cents, yes, you know. So yeah, for me, I sell them relatively cheaper than normal people, but it's up to you if you want to. I have a lot of different janks I'll be collecting more over the days. So just DM me if you're looking for any cards. I will try my best to find them and sell it to you. But I can't guarantee much, especially for the rarer cards like Quick Shooting Intellion or Drizzles. Those are quite hard for me to get, and I'm also looking for them myself. So yeah, there are a lot of different ways you can get your cards, you know. So yeah, those are just some examples. But other than, well, just talking about proxy, let's just play some games as well, and we can talk about what is happening on TCG side recently. So as COVID is starting to go down, I guess I would put it that way. Like, the cases aren't rising for now, but with the new variant of Omicron, we might go back to phase 2, phase 3. And there are different tournaments that are opening up in Singapore right now. First of all is the Twice Terminal, as many of you all know. But who knows if there are others. I'll most likely want to join more tournaments in the future. But with TCG starting to come back, with COVID slowing down, many players are looking for a lot of playable cards. So I will start to worry. Do I say worry? I will start to be more concerned on the prices of cards. because with more players coming in, then, well, yeah, prices aren't going down at all. So you want to be, so if you're looking for cards right now, best I would recommend is for you to quickly get them while prices are still considerably lower, because I because I feel like definitely once more people come back into the hobby of playing, the prices will just increase. And another cheaper alternative to get your cards is you can find your friends. So if your friends like have a lot of open a lot of packs, right, and you know they like to, wait, let me think of a word, like to degen. So you can just find them, then just follow them around wherever they go, you know, wherever they go you go. So when they just degen all that stuff, you can just take their janks because they probably don't want them. So that's another way to find your cards that you need. And some shops I would recommend for you to check out if you want these are probably for what that means. But Toys Terminal is one of them. But as far as playable cards, the key cards you want, I most likely do not have on Toys Terminal. They will probably be with me. But okay. What the hell? Okay, that stupid gameplay aside. What else? What else? Let me think. Let me think. Yeah, let me think. What else? What else? Collab. What else? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, let me think of a word. I can't. My brain is fried. My brain is fried. Literally fried. Yeah, legit can't think of a word. What the hell? But yeah, towards the middle, I don't have the playable cards. You can check out Concept City. They have several boxes of gems you can probably look through. You can, of course, go any other shops that have gems, like XLCS. They have gems. G28 also have a lot of gems. So whatever floats your boat, you know. Oh, crap, I made a mistake. Oops. Oh. So yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you can so yeah, you can check out those places to get gems. And yeah, you can also DM me for orders. But what else do we want to discuss today? Okay, let's just do some commenting on the gameplay I'm doing, so that some of you guys want, if you're learning, you can understand more. So yeah, what I'm doing is trying to defeat a Zacian deck. Zacian has fast setup because of their ability. So what we want to do is to try and take down this embargo. Let's take a scoop on that. Let's retreat to you. Oh crap. I have to discard all this crap. I messed up. Okay, now that I've got it. But I screwed up. But I think I can. Okay, I still got a chance. So I should have checked my hand before I used shady dealings. I wanted to scoop up this card so I can kill it fast, but instead I didn't. So basically what just happened is I messed up. I should have checked my hand for whatever cards I needed first. So I was looking for my scoop up net so that I can scoop up this one. Because I thought I had energy, 2 energies inside my heal. Choose a Pokemon to become your active. Okay. What? Oh, what did you do? You have a switch and I'm dead. See. You can search for energy cards, put it on everything. Do 230, which is really bad. I don't want that to happen. And you know, let's just concede. This is a losing battle. So if you look at if you find a Zacian deck, most of the time you need to play smart because you only get 1 window frame to attack. Because his ability allows him to attack for high damage, but it's just once every 2 turns unless he switches. So one thing you should not use is either boss's orders or escape rope. If you have either of those 2 cards and the previous round he attacked, I highly recommend you not to draw out another one because he can attack again. It resets his thing up basically. So yeah. So that is a deck we modified in the previous episode. But let's take a look at another deck. Do we want to create another deck? Okay, let's just go through some cards. Let's look at trainers. Now, what trainers do we always want to look out for? So if you're looking out for cards for your deck, the first cards I would recommend is let's go for money. So money is the first thing you want to look out for. Money, boss's orders, boss orders. Yeah, those are the first 2 cards I would recommend for you to get. Good cards like Birdkeeper, Big Parasol, Cape of Toughness are also good cards to find. Energy Search, Energy Recycler is also useful. Crushing Hammer is debatable. It depends on your deck because Crushing Hammer is luck based, but if you can get a hit, it's also good. But for guaranteed one would be Fan of Waste, but it can only it puts away special energy and only special energy, but it does not discard them. Instead, it goes into your opponent's deck, so they still have a chance of finding the card. While Crushing Hammer you can't find it as easily because you need to have cards to take cards back from your discard pile into your hand or your deck. Now let's take a look at Chromomatic. You can use this card only if you discard another item card from your hand. Flip a coin. If you hit such a deck for a card and put it into your hand, then shuffle. So this is similar to Crushing Hammer, but instead you search for a card instead of discarding, or you discard and find, but it's another luck based card. So luck based cards that require you to flip a coin, I wouldn't say it's always the bad option, but it really depends on luck. And sometimes in a moment you really need to use it. So if you successfully hit it, then good for you. Now, Great Boss, definitely another card you want to look out for when you're searching for a Jenks. Quick Boss is also another one. Yeah, Quick Ball. Professor Researchers are also good. Yeah, the Professor Research are good. Yeah. And if you guys do have Jenks, you can also let me or Mr. Kanzure know. They will be willing to buy your Jenks or search your Jenks for the cards that we need. Then stadiums are also useful. Telescopic sight can be useful. 2 scrapper useful. 2 jammer also useful. Switches are useful, but depending on your situation. Shauna, not much. It all comes down to your deck. What I'm just telling you is the more common cards you want to add in your deck. But obviously some cards are more deck specific, like example Nessa. Nessa is water deck specific, and I will really recommend Melanie if you're using a water deck. So what she does is attach her energy from discard pile to one of your V. If you do, draw 3 cards. So she is she's useful for water decks because 1, you are able to get more energy into your deck, into your Pokemon, as well as you draw additional cards to essentially find the one card you're looking for. Level Ball is also good, but you have to take note, you can only search for Pokemon with 90 HP or less. Then Lieutenant Search. This is not a good card. It is really gay. Just saying, I don't like it. No one likes it. If you're the receiving end, you wouldn't like it. Then let's talk about the Fusion Strike cards. So cross switcher, you must play 2 of these at once. Switch one of your opponent. So this is basically a boss's orders. It's basically an escape rope, but instead of your opponent choosing which Pokemon, you choose which Pokemon to take out, and you also choose which Pokemon for you to switch. So it's a boss's order and a switch at once, but the problem is you can only play 2 times per game, because you have a limit of 4 cards and you have to play 2. So if you have cross switcher, you must have 2 at once to use it. So one game you're limited to 2 times to use it. Then cross receiver, put a Pokemon or a supporter card from the discard pile into your hand. This is also not too bad. You are able to search some cards from your deck and from your discard pile, bring them back into your hand. Useful. Bullshit is an underrated card, but the one problem is if you use it to find whatever Pokemon you need, your turn ends. So that is a problem. So you want to use it as at the end of your turn, not in the middle of your turn. Adventurous Discovery is another good card if you're looking for Jenks right now. What it does is search up to 3 Pokemon V's, review them and put them into your deck. So this is also very useful if you're running a V deck. Now V max deck, Adventurous Discovery is one good card to add into your deck. What else? What else? You can use this card only on the first turn. Interesting. Bigger Charmer. So Big Charm is basically a budget Key of Darkness, but I would say it's much more easier to find. I'm not sure really. But Key of Darkness is much more better alternative. Echoing Horn, interesting. Familiar Bell, interesting. Yeah, so these are the cards I would recommend for you guys to use, I guess, or find if you're doing gem hunting. So today's episode is really just discussing on how to find them out. Bell Pet is also another useful card from your discard pile to your deck. Also another thing, should you be finding full arts, reverse hollows into your deck? Sometimes it's really no choice because the cards that you need are either only in hollow form or reverse hollow form. And it's harder to find the real one, but full arts. So full arts is, I recommend if you want to use them, is to use a double sleeve or triple sleeve. So perfect sleeve, your normal sleeve, and an outer sleeve to protect your full arts, especially if it's your waifu. But you have to make sure that the card is not damaged, because sometimes you can really use the super expensive ones. For example, use an alternate art with Quasar VMAX. Yeah, you want to make sure it's careful. You are protected. And it's another way to flex, like, oh, I got so much of this, I got so much of this, I don't know what to do. Oh, that's just show my deck. It's not it's a bad thing, it's more like a flex one. Maybe you can also like disturb your opponent, like, hey, look at me. I've got a alternate art in my deck. Your opponent will just be too busy looking at the card that they forget what to do. You know, it's like a distraction. Play the mind games. What else to say? I have no clue. Yeah, I think this is it for today's episode. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, share with your friends, and see you again next time. So next time we'll discuss on V Union. No, V Union gameplay. So thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.